Only do that because I don't have time to do more. Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm feeling a little inspired to do a video. As I mentioned, I'm feeling a little inspired today. Part of that inspiration a lot of times for videos comes from watching other videos and really just the whole sharing process and sort of thinking about, like, overthinking, thinking about all the things that I normally think about on a daily basis or struggle with or concerned about or whatever it happens to be. Today, I'm going to give you guys a lot of sort of inside thoughts. That is, a lot of times people are scared to show others what they have because of what people might think or people might do or being judged, whether it's a really nice thing or a really crappy thing. Or if it's even an intangible, some part of their personality or whatever. Because to be honest with you guys, I've always felt like an outsider. I've always been like weird, I've always been quirky, I've always had like obsessions about certain things that, like, especially cars, like that's such a small percent of the population of people that actually like cars and people that actually like detailing. So like cars are like a very small percentage, and the people who like detailing cars, who are usually car people, are even a percentage of that percentage. So it's a really small population. But I've learned through so many relationships, watching other people that are more crazy than I have a few things going on today. I'm wearing jeans on a Sunday. I went to the gym already, worked out with my buddy Ignis. Cold Start is back in the M3. I could not be happier, guys. Go check out BPM tuning if you're interested in anything like that for an E90 or really any other M3 or product at all. It's really good. And usually when I start thinking about something, I can't stop until I'm satisfied. So we're gonna take a quick basic bitch coffee.
Starbucks, what can I get for you?
Yeah, I'll get a grande. Yes, I know, drinks in the car, but it's one of the few that I allow, and I try to keep it very clean. I don't drive like a crazy person when I have coffee. So here's something maybe you car guys can relate to. I almost always have one of my windows cracked. Right now it's 39 degrees and I have the heat on. I always have the windows cracked. I just love hearing the engine and, you know, everything. And I'm not gonna be a BMW driver. I'll let this guy, he's probably wondering, like, why the hell is this dude filming me? This shifter is amazing, guys. And then the car is warmed up enough, so we're gonna have to do a little, just a little courtesy acceleration run. I had to press that mode because there's a bridge, and then I usually pop the windows and go. I think I scared the shit out of that guy. So here's some random food for thought, guys. I'm not really a quote guy. Like, people have all these quotes that they live by, you know, like, you know, just the cheesiest things ever. And it's just like, it seems like all the people that love the quotes just are not inspirational people. But every once in a while, there's one that hits me. And I actually found one recently. I hope I can share it with you guys because my initial reaction was like, oh, that makes no sense. But the quote is, you can do anything, you just can't do everything. And my first reaction was like, well, I can't be 6'2", so what does that even mean? Or, oh, I can't buy a, you know, Huracan Performante this year, so obviously I can't do anything. And I definitely can't do everything. So my initial reaction against the quote, like my typical quote reaction, like that's kind of how I feel normally when someone gives me a quote. Really the meaning of it, and kind of why I want to go into a little more detail, is because I honestly at this point live my life by that quote. You can do anything, you just can't do everything quote means so much to me, and I really truly live my life by this, and I think a lot of you guys too, because you're kind of like a little like OCD, like on edge like me, and you can do anything. So if you have a bunch of stuff you want to get done in one day, like I can simplify it as like today is Sunday. I have a meeting, I'm meeting my buddy, I went to the gym, I want to do detailing. I have to meal prep. I wanted to get coffee. I want to edit some photos. I want to edit some video. I want to film a video. I want to do all these things, and I just listed off a few things I've done already and a few things I'm not doing, want to do, and a bunch of those things I won't get done at all today. Like, to be honest with you, I want to detail the interior of both the cars, and I've been wanting to do it for so long, but it's just getting pushed off because the choice I made the previous Sunday, for example, I'm really simplifying it because it sounds more cheesy when I simplify it this way. I chose on that day to pick, 4 things that I did. So if I told myself, I start to get overwhelmed a lot of times, guys, so like I'll have all these things I want to do, especially like stuff outside, and it's cold and I can't do it. So I get frustrated and I want to do everything. I'm kind of a planner, but I also learn that this guy wants to get over and I need to get over, but I also learned that you need to plan time in your day for miscellaneous items or items that come up that were not planned to come up. If you can do anything, you just can't do everything. You have to be able to pick what you want to do. And I know maybe it sounds really basic and no one struggles with that, but I seriously, as cheesy and as dumb as it may sound, I seriously live my life because I'm constantly being pulled in so many different directions. Like, someone asked me to detail their Carrera T today, which hopefully I'll be able to do soon. Unfortunately, it was too cold, so I didn't really have a choice whether I wanted to or not. But I was able to make the choice. I can do anything, I just can't do everything. So I can't do that. I don't have time to do it. So I need to delegate the time, decide on the time when to do stuff like that. Meeting is over. We actually ended up doing a couple of car things. We have a few, M3, M6 out here. The meetings usually turn into car stuff. Was not expecting that. So lately I've been really into shoes. You can thank a few of my friends for that. These are actually NMD R1s, just kind of the white and gray. I really like them. They're really I think they're current. I think they kind of pop. It's really nice, but kind of been obsessing a lot, like doing more research, buying a few pairs here and there, but I kind of go in and out in phases. I'll kind of, bleed myself dry of sweet shoes, and then I'll buy 2 or 3 pairs in a single month, so I'll catch up with the trends. But I don't know if you guys are really into shoes, but I've been feeling kind of like a sneakerhead lately. Very close to my office. I'm gonna stop by, kill some emails off, and do some really fun administrative upkeep. Oh man, there's something about going to the office on the weekends. It does suck, but if I spend 20, 30 minutes, maybe even an hour, I get so much more done and I feel so good when Monday rolls around. I'm not regretting oh man, did I forget to do this? And Mondays are normally really late days. Those are sort of, in my mind, sort of like a camping out day. I usually bring food, I usually plan to stay late. I do certification stuff and everything extra or anything that takes extra time, I definitely try to designate it for Monday. So as you guys kind of already know, I'm kind of very operational. I like to have a very specific schedule, but that's not to say that kind of what I was talking about earlier is you have to build those unexpected delays and moments into your schedule if you can. Stuff gets canceled, stuff gets moved around just in life, and that's where you sort of have to let it go, be all right, how do we reschedule and kind of move on. Literally 4 blocks away from the office, so it was really nice to honestly just swing by, get a few things done, emailed a few people. I went from 146 emails down to 35, which is 35 things that I'm literally waiting on someone or that I'm gonna be tending to the next few weeks. Oh man, even just that is just so nice in this car. And I've got to tell you guys, driving the same way I normally drive with packed full of traffic, is so much nicer right now. You wanna play games?
You wanna play games? Okay. I'll play with you. Come on.
Alright, so here's another thing I love about this car. I should just do a video on everything I love. So we're just chilling in 4th gear, you know, 54 miles an hour. And the 3,000 RPM is really where this thing gets nasty because of the test pipes. But if you just do that little nasty, like just a little acceleration, like 3/4, well not a little, 3/4 to full, I guess. So not, it's never a little bit. It's just so nice. And then downshift into 3rd. See, this is how close it was. I mean, well, I guess this is sticking out, but it was really freaking out in there. Right? It's very sensitive. All right, as far as plans for the M3, I mean, while we're out here, I'm talking about the M3 a lot. Very soon, one of the things I'm going to be doing is getting new rear tires. These things have lasted about a year, and I haven't been super hard on them, but you know, it's a rear-wheel drive and it's an M3, and I kind of drive it like it deserves to be driven, which is, you know, performance oriented. So I will be getting new rear tires, most likely Pilot Super Sports, just because that is sort of the default. The PS4s are really great, but they're usually more money, and I think I'm gonna go 275, 35, 19. Right now these are Continentals, and please guys, don't freak out. When I bought the car, the rear tires were seriously bald, and I had to drive 2,000 miles through mountains all the way back. So the only place that had tires that fit had these tires. So unfortunately, these were the first rear tires I had to buy, $650 for 2 of them. I will be getting all 4 wheels refinished. As many of you know, I have some curb rash that was already on the car when I bought it. 2 of them are pretty bad, and tiny little chip there. And there's a few areas that are much worse right there, but I was thinking about getting a different color, but black on these wheels, to be honest with you guys, these are too intricate for black. I've seen black, especially on a white car, and it hides the details of these wheels, in my opinion. So I'm gonna stick with the classic look. As much as I want to change the look, since I'm spending the money, I want to change the look, have it apparent that I've spent the money. I just truly, my gut tells me to just go with the classic look because it just has too much detail. I would be unhappy if I got black. Black is really cool, Stormtrooper look, but that's really not this car. It's more of like an OEM Plus, as I've said in other videos. So this is what happens. It gets freaking dirty, and see, it's yellowish versus white. I mean, it's not yellow, but it kills the clarity. So that's what I'm doing. As far as the wrap goes, that's the change. Just gonna replace the piece right here. I think that's the plan. I'll have to talk to a couple of people in town. Oh, and the other thing regarding the wrap is it came with these little door handle things, which I freaking hate. I thought about just taking them off because I'm so gentle when I put my hand in here, and I don't know any girls that get in this side of the car anyway, so this side probably never even gets used enough, but girls' nails normally scratch that up. But I'll at least have these replaced, hopefully with a piece that's less obvious. I mean, this is obviously a very standard piece. It's junk. I mean, it looks so freaking ugly. I just hate it. So the plan is to either totally delete these, and I know you guys are like, well, it's gonna get scratched, or get hopefully a piece that's much better. And I'd honestly spend a little more money just to get these hidden, like just a circular piece. Like you can easily just make this one piece, I would think. So that's the plan. Feel free to yell at me if that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, wheels are next. Totally refinishing the wheels and then the tires. So that's the plan on the M3. So of course my clean place is now cluttered by a bunch of stuff I was working on, updating my tune. These are actually for navigation updates 2018 for the M3, so that will be in a separate video of how to do the navigation, sorting through the mount, whatever. I actually just picked this up from the store, Seagate 2 terabyte, because This guy, I don't like this thing. It stops responding to the Mac if it's plugged in for too long. This is actually not horrible, but you know, obviously work in progress. And here's something you guys probably are excited about, because everyone gets excited. Oh look, I was watching Matt's video. This is part of my inspiration for doing this video. I was looking, I'm gonna be upgrading my computer, and this is a basic bitch, like 13-inch from 2012. I upgraded the RAM, but video processing just sucks ass. So what I need to do, what I'm gonna get, I can't get the newest MacBook Pro, I just can't afford it, it's too much money. I'm gonna get a, kind of like this model here, a 2015, so it's a Retina 15-inch, but I wanna get 500 gigs built in, but I also want that 2 gigabytes of the AMD video card processing. So I need to wait for one of the ones. See, these don't have the video card, so this has the 1.5, but this is an older model. This is a 14, and it has, so what I want is 500 gigs flash storage. I want 2 gigs video card, which I know they've had before, but I was waiting too long. So they're about $1,700 bucks for the ones that I like. These are gonna be just older and even cheaper. But this site's called Mac of All Trades. It's really cool. Most likely gonna get my next computer in the next few weeks. It just depends on what they have. This is not even a Retina computer. I mean, this is just the basic 13-inch. This is what I've been editing on, guys. So if you're worried about your computer, I mean, honestly, I've been totally doing it just fine. I mean, iMovie too. So I'm gonna update. I'm gonna get the Adobe Suite probably. Justin, I'll thank you for that recommendation. That's the plan here if you guys are interested. I've been saving money literally for like a year and a half to get a freaking computer. So it's about time to upgrade. So for meal prep, I typically have, you know, about this many, at least 5 main for the week for lunch. Then I'll have like 2 or 3 sort of smaller ones like this. I'll have like a pre or post workout meal just to make sure that I'm eating enough food. And I get hungry a lot, guys, so having extra food like around, always helpful. Chicken, beef, eggs, all the good stuff. And a lot of times for vegetables, I get stuff like this, which is kind of cheating, but I mean, it's just as good as a regular vegetable. It's a lot less work. I just pop those in the microwave. I use these things. Jasmine rice is pretty healthy. A lot of the guys who are either bodybuilders or work out that I follow eat a lot of jasmine rice. I'm just kind of copying them and just putting, you know, eating this a lot. White rice and brown rice is good too for, you know, your carbs and stuff. So, but I'm gonna use some jasmine rice this time. All right, so I think that's gonna do it, guys. I don't know how this video is gonna come out, but let me know what you think. This was kind of a typical Sunday. Lots of productivity, lots of catching up, work, meal prep, gym, all that stuff usually happens on Sunday. Let me know if sort of what you thought about this. I think I was feeling inspired, you know, Matt, my friend Justin, and watching a few other videos, catching up on some fun stuff, sort of inspired me to sort of make my normal day and sort of express that to you guys, you know. But don't forget, the one and only thing that I ask you to remember from watching this video is you can do anything, you just can't do everything. So that's how I live my life. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Maybe it's totally annoying and useless, but I'm gonna finish meal prepping here so I don't burn my stuff up and screw everything up, because that would just be horrible if I tell you guys how well I plan and then I like screw it all up. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe, follow, lots more to come. Don't forget, I do have the Jeep still, just less content on it. There's gonna be a few changes, the wheels are gonna be changed, a few other things on the Jeep, so don't forget, don't worry about that. That'll be done, and I'll relay that to you guys as soon as things are happening. I'm seeing the comments about the Jeep, so don't worry about that. So don't forget to subscribe below, and I will see you guys next time.